everybody, today Pax and I are at this ball diamond and we're going to have a little bit of fun. And because it's important to know just exactly how much juice I have left in the battery pack, I brought with me my Merkur Big Eye. Let's get it going. Let's play. Be asking yourself, why in the world do you need a chronograph to race your RC car? Well, actually, the new batteries today are very complex. These LiPo batteries aren't supposed to be discharged below 3 volts. So if you sort of know the runtime of your car, you don't want to go too far. You don't want to go and push it past that, or else you have a hard time recharging them and you can damage them. So yeah, I thought this would be a great little watch to bring out with me. Today, friends, we have our eye on the Merkur Big Eye. And I have to say, this is a really cool watch. It's a watch I was not supposed to see. Fortunately, they thought I was Dave there for a second over at Just the Watch. Boom. And so, hey, I got it. I'm going to send it on real soon. I haven't had it that long, so let's not consider this a full review, more of a show and tell. If you want more info on how I received this watch by accident, you can watch my unboxing. But let's get into this watch real quick. We have our eye on the Big Eye, and there you go. You can see right there at the 3, that Big Eye. This watch is characterized by an asymmetrical subdial layout, and of course this is a chronograph. And I want to tell you the price of this right up front, because I think you're getting a lot of watch for the money. The price for this is $249 US. You go right to the Merkur website, and there it is. And I know you can often find discount codes for these guys, so you might want to do yourself some Googling and check it out. Again, I'm not saying there's a discount code, but there might be one floating around. Let me tell you why I think this is a great value. First of all, it's just a great little watch. And I say little because it is 38 millimeters. Let's grab our calipers here and we'll get some exact measurements. Okay, according to my calipers, 37.7. Lug to lug, 46.9, say 47. The lug opening here for your straps is an 18, which is why it's on the stock strap that it comes with. And the thickness, that all-important thickness, is a little bit on the chunkier side, 14.6. However, that thickness is largely in part due to this domed acrylic crystal, although you will note it's got a pretty big booty on the back, which I'll talk about later. So I would say for the most people, this is going to be a very wearable size. 38 millimeters is great. I myself, 8-inch wrist, I would have loved it to be 40, even 41. But you know, this will help most people out in the way that they need. It is a chronograph, and so we'll get that started. Boom. Nice tactile push. Stop it. Start again. And snaps it right back. So here at the 3, you have your running minutes. And over at the 9, you have your subdial for the running seconds. Telling the time has nothing to do with the chronograph. And I like the way they've tied in the chronograph features with the red seconds hand tip. And of course, the red on the minutes counter. And it is actually big enough that you can read the minutes, which I quite appreciate, because a lot of the times you get a chronograph, they try to fit so much on the dial that it's so small that unless you have Superman-like vision, you just can't read them. All right, well, since we're talking about the chronograph, let's talk about what's under the hood. Let's check it out, because this is a real beauty. Oh, darn it. Well, normally you would have a mineral or sapphire crystal to see what's under the hood here. In this case, they chose not to. It's actually a Seagull ST29, which is a neat-looking hand-wound mechanical movement, chronograph movement. So $249, I think it's $279 on metal bracelet. You're getting an actual legit mechanical chronograph. It's sort of a copy of a Swiss Venus 175. So it's actually a pretty interesting movement. Now on their website, Merkur says that they spend a lot of time actually regulating these movements to make sure that the seconds hand lines up, for example. So why don't we stop this and take a look? I would say that the second hand is not quite lining up. It's to the right just a little bit. I feel like it was lining up earlier on, but with use, it's maybe gotten misaligned a little bit. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this movement, but I think everybody's familiar with the ST29 by now. It's just a really cheap way to get into the mechanical chronograph and get away from those mecha quartz movements and such. Not that there's anything wrong with that. The crystal is an acrylic crystal, and you'll see it's set in pretty high. It starts down here and works its way up into this stepped case. I really should have probably worn my fancy white gloves today. Lots of fingerprints. The back of the case has the Merkur logo. It's got some numbers here. All stainless steel, mechanical, chronograph, stainless steel, FOD, military. It's interesting, Merkur and FOD, I don't know how they're related, but you can see there's a big F here on the crown. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I do know that they make a lot of mechanical chronographs using this movement. And I'm wondering if this case is also shared, but I'm not familiar enough with the brand to know. So some of you out there, maybe put it down in the comments. The dial I wouldn't say it was rustic in a way, but the way that the loom is applied and the markers are nice and thick and chunky, it gives it a bit of an older aesthetic. It lends a bit of a vintage vibe to it. Of course, the numbers and the hands are off-white for the most part. Around the seconds hand, it's white in the printing. There's some white numbers here for the minutes. Merkur is in gray. This is white, the little military style arrow. The rest is all just like a yellowy, creamy off-white. And so obviously they're going for that vintage aesthetic. So I have to say, overall, I'm really impressed with this watch. The minute I pulled it out of the box, you can see my reaction in the unboxing. I thought this was a great watch. What would I change about it? I would put a sapphire crystal on here and charge an extra $50 or whatever it might be. But that's just me, okay? There's nothing wrong with acrylic. Get yourself some poly watch and you'll be good to go. You can polish this thing as often as you want. I would increase the size, as I mentioned. I'm having a little bit of an issue that I don't have any 18mm straps, so I can't switch it out. I guess that would be an opportunity for me to invest in a bunch of 18mm straps. Another thing I'm having is there seems to be almost some debris here where my fingernail is, whether it's on the crystal or on the case or wedged between the two. I don't know. There's some little white dots, and I'm sure they would rectify that if needed. And then this big booty, I mean, that really comes down quite a bit. You have this nice thin profile case, and then you have that huge Caseback. Again, I am not an expert on this movement, and if I'd had this watch for much longer, maybe I could spend some more time researching it. But I just want to show this to you so you can be aware of it. None of these things in any way, I think, would be a deal breaker for me. I would wear the 38mm. I think if you had any QC issues, they would take care of it. And I wish it did have a see-through case back so you could see that fun movement. Although I'm sure that entertainment would wear it after a few times. But anyway, it's just a really great little watch. The pops of red, the big eye asymmetrical format, the nice tactile mechanical functions of the pushers. make it a really, really enjoyable watch. And I guess I should say that this genuine leather strap is actually quite nice. This is the kind of strap that you could spend some money on. I mean, there's absolutely no reason, and I don't think I've ever said this before, but there you go, FOD there on here as well. There's absolutely no reason why you would have to upgrade this strap. I know, you're shocked. But I would. But you don't have to. I don't see any reason for it. And let's check out that loom. Hey, it looks not too bad. I have no idea how long this lasts. I have not worn it at night yet. Again, I haven't had this long enough to give you a fully detailed review, but I think it will have decent loom that will last at least a decent little while. So there you go. There is the Merkur Big Eye. I would say if you like it, don't hesitate to buy one. It also comes in gray, and you can get it on a stainless steel bracelet for another $30 or so. Yeah, just a great little watch. Hey, I want to thank Merkur for accidentally sending this to me. Hey guys, you know what? If you like this review, and if you like the review that I did on your turtle homage, then why not hit me up with some more watches? I would love to work with you again. I want to thank Dave for saying that I could look at this for a few days before I pass it along to him. And when he gets this and he does a video on it in a few weeks, trust me, you're going to want to see his video because he will do such a better job than I've done for you today. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. If you want to like and subscribe, go right ahead and do that. Of course, I can't tell you what to do because I'm not your dad. Good job.